Hello everybody. Today we are going to look into how it's possible to streamline the user interface of your SuiteCRM system. Okay, so let's go. In the best projects or companies that I see working with SuiteCRM system, they usually think a lot about how to optimize systems, how to streamline and how to customize things so that things are just working smoothly, fast and easy. Same goes for the graphical user interface configuration here in SuiteCRM. So let's start with any module. You'll have to see like which modules are you using on a day-to-day basis. You're spending a lot of time in those modules and how can you optimize them. So mostly you'll be starting with a list view. Here in the list view, you already see that you've got the accounts here. And now you need to make sure that you're seeing those columns that you really use and want to see. Let's say, for instance, you're only doing business in one country. Then the billing country here is very unnecessary. So you would go into the studio and remove the billing country from the list view. And instead of the billing country, maybe you want to add the mobile phone number because you're frequently calling or similar. So you can really customize the list view according to what makes sense for you. The next thing, let's look into the detail view. So here again, you can configure it completely as you see fit, as it fits to your business processes and your requirements. So for most of the time, of course, the name should be top left somewhere. And if this is reoccurring over the different modules, then, you don't have to get reused to something else in another area. You always have the name of the current record top left. And then assigned to, if you use this, then of course you can keep it there as well because it's a very useful information who is currently working on this account, for instance. Same goes with tasks. But I already had a couple of projects as well where the people said we don't really have somebody responsible for something. We are all responsible and we all want to have customer success in mind. And therefore we can use this assigned to another tab here. So you'll have to see how that works smoothly for you. The shipping address, do you use it? Are you shipping anything? If not, just remove it via the studio. And then you can see that the billing address is still here and the email address, the height is very similar of both. So you could put them beside each other even though it does not really fit conceptually wise. So maybe you have some areas where you would have the contact information and the other one is where the address information is stored. But you could put this beside each other depending on your requirements. So in the standard installation, when nothing has been done yet, I think it's not too useful. You'll have to optimize things a little bit. So there's the fax information, you can get rid of this, and then there's the stock market ticker and stuff like this. If you use it, of course, that's fine. If you don't need it, so why do you have it here? The next thing that you should be looking into is, does your team want to scroll or does your team want to click? So in here you can see you can place panels beneath each other. So here we've got the attachments and here we've got the overview, and you could hide something in the sense of like not make it popular in the first second if you put it here onto another tab. So you can decide whether a panel should be a panel inside your layout or whether you want to add tabs here. So here in the standard we've got some tabs, and therefore just go into the studio and make it fit for you. Sometimes, as an advice, when you're working with the data here, you're more interested what comes next here, the related subpanels. So therefore you want to keep this one here very short. Then you can reduce scrolling. And anything else which is not that important, additional information or whatever, you would have it here inside tabs. Or the other way around, your team really wants to scroll instead of clicking around. Would be possible as well. So here that's usually a decision that you would need to make together with your team. Pay attention to the mobile view users here as well, because if you have fields beside each other or below each other, that might look different on mobile phone. So and therefore, with one column versus two columns, it's very, very different. And yeah, just check it out both. I assume most of them are using it via their computers here. One more word of advice: the detail versus the edit view. So if you go into the edit view, you will see that this is getting much longer, just because naturally those fields here are below each other, and then you've got larger fields like text areas and file uploads and stuff like this. So therefore, scrolling is getting a bit more if you have a very long list. How to continue? So you have here your subpanels, and you can hide and show those relationships which exist. Basically, after one-time configuration, you can always keep this hidden, so it's very, very small and it doesn't bother you anymore. Initially, you should see what makes sense to you. So here we've got contacts, and there we've got opportunities. If you want to change this in a way, maybe you want to have activities and history at the very top. But now we've got some other details on top. So how to do this? You would need to remove the others again, and then you have got activities and history left. And now I can click on contacts, and then the contacts will be added to the bottom. So it makes a difference in which order you click on those related panels onto those relationships here. So, and of course, user per user, you can configure this, and therefore it's very flexible. Once a user got used to this, and maybe you've got really two different departments working on something, and they would want to see different sub-panels. So here that makes a lot of sense. Again, for the sub-panels, the same advice applies like for the list views as well. Here, do you want to see the state, or are you rather interested in adding another mobile phone column here? So try to add as much data as possible, which is reasonable, which you are actually using, and have this all in one place. So then it makes things much, much easier. So if you have to work with updates or something, I'll show you in a bit. So here we've got a filter. Again, for the filter view, you can configure what fields you want to have here available. And then now I have everybody in the postal code area starting with a 2. And then if I just want to edit or work on those, I can use this one here and basically flip through those different records, as you can see. So it makes it much easier to work with the data in a very smooth manner. You don't have to go back to the list view and then come back here to the detail view. So what else? Another thing which is being used very often are opportunities. I remove this filter here, and this is a little bit of a mess. Unfortunately, in SuiteCRM 8, you don't have any Kanban view. For SuiteCRM 7, there was a module to purchase, and then you had a Kanban view that you might know from other CRM systems. Then you can see how your opportunities are moving through the system. Here we don't have this, but you can use a workaround. As you can see here, I've created quick filters, and then I've got the ones which are in qualification, or here I've got the ones which are in negotiation. And if I remove this again, and then I've got all of them, including closed, lost, and closed won, which I usually don't really want to see here. So small things can make a big difference. Really sit down with your team, talk about how you want to work with your data, how you want to see the data and interact with your data in order to make the day-to-day work much smoother. You can save a couple of kilometers or miles scrolling, or a couple of hundreds or thousands of clicks each day if you just optimize the system so that it really works smoothly together with your day-to-day business processes. And of course, you can do this for all sorts of modules. The go-to and the standards ones are usually the leads, contacts, accounts, opportunities. And then it depends a little bit on your business case, on your requirements here. Some businesses work a lot with tasks, others use the projects a lot or the invoices and quotations. So it depends on how you want to proceed and how you work your day-to-day business inside your CRM system. Thank you very much for watching. That's all for this video. See you next time. Bye.